dreamer. 5-year-old, 6-year-old, living in Williamsburg County. Probably was barefoot, because, you know, I'm a country girl. That's how we do it. Big hands, big nose, big feet, big heart, but more importantly, big dreams. Now, if you don't know anything about Williamsburg County, it's been deemed one of the poorest counties in the state of South Carolina, and at times the poorest in the state of South Carolina. But I knew nothing about that as a child. All I knew was that I had big dreams. I bet you want to know what those dreams were. Well, I'll tell you. I wanted to be a movie star, an actor, or some of you may say an actress because I'm a woman. I wanted to be on stages speaking to millions of people. I wanted to travel the world, and nothing but death was going to keep me from it. Well, until I started growing up, then it was fear that kept me from it. It's a funny thing about fear/faith, huh? You see, when you have those childhood dreams, you feel invincible, powerful, strong, the way you're supposed to feel. But then you start to navigate this thing called life. You start rocking the boat a little bit. You start getting doubt. You start wondering, am I really good enough? I mean, after all, I am from Williamsburg County. I don't live in New York. I don't live in California. Because at the time, Atlanta, Georgia wasn't popping, but it's popping now. But I didn't live in those places. My family didn't have the money to send me to Juilliard. I didn't have the skill set to audition for Juilliard. So what did I do? I joined the United States Marine Corps. Boy, I couldn't believe I did that. But because I was an actor, I made my plan B look like my plan A. I made it seem like I wanted to go to the United States Marine Corps. But the truth was, some of y'all out here acting right now, right? Pretending to want to do something or to be something that you're actually not. But you selling it, baby. If I was giving out Oscars, you get an Oscar, you get an Oscar, you get an Oscar. So I joined the Marine Corps. But prior to joining the Marine Corps, here's something I did have. That was mindset. How many of you know, by show of hands, that mindset is a powerful thing when exercised the right way? But I love the fact that I had an imagination. I remember growing up, and I would be in my room, and we used to watch the stories, Young and the Restless, As the World Turns, The Guiding Light, The Bold and the Beautiful. And I'd be in there, Victor, I love you. I love you, Victor. Then I'd act out all other kind of movies and stuff. And then I'd go up to the podium in my house, which wasn't really a podium. I was just looking in the mirror of the dresser that didn't match the other furniture in my house. And I would just put up a spoon, and I'd be like, I want to thank the Academy. I want to thank God. I want to thank my mom and dad for this award. That was my imagination. It was a beautiful thing. I'll tell you, that was a dreamer. But like I said, that fear sent me to Uncle Sam. That was a great part of my life, though. I got to leave Williamsburg County and travel and meet so many different people from different backgrounds and cultures and diversity. I learned that people think differently. They do differently. Doesn't mean that they're wrong and I'm right, but usually I'm right. But it just means that we're different, and I love that. But there came a time when I got tired of the Marine Corps. I got tired of acting. So I said, I'm getting out. I'll never forget the last day that I was in there. I was standing there, because in the Marine Corps, when you're leaving, if you're a good Marine, that is, they give you a going away luncheon, right? Any military people in here? You all know about that, whether you're PCSing or you're exiting the military for good. So I got up to stand up. You know, I had been practicing at home in my mirror all these times for these speeches. And I remember saying, remember my name. I'm going to be famous. You will hear it all around the world. And they were clapping like, yes, Sue, we believe you. We believe you. I got out of the Marine Corps and I went and got a job. Because fear, once again, had taken me hostage. So I got a job. Needless to say, I did good at my jobs, but I get bored easily. And here's the thing about that dream that's in you, because I believe that we're all created for a destiny. I believe that we're all created to do something that's special. But here's that thing about that dream that's in you. It's in the pit of your stomach. It's kind of like gas, right? You won't feel comfortable unless you release it. Well, didn't matter what job I did. I got bored, and that dream would come back. You can do it, Sue. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. So I would leave that job, and I'm like, I'm going to try. But I would never be consistent. Then I started having my babies. It's an old picture, but it'll suffice for today. My middle child, the eldest, that's what we say in the South, she's 26 now. She has given me a beautiful grandson who's 8 months old. The older son, he's 22, getting ready to head to med school. And then there's my baby, the 10-year-old. Let me tell you about that. 26, 22, 10. Anybody familiar with Usher's song, Caught Up, Got Me Feeling? I got caught up. And here's the thing, when I found out I was pregnant, I wasn't happy that last go round. Because when I had those two earlier ones, right, I was like, okay, once they leave home, I am going to live my dreams. I don't have to put anybody else in front of me. No more distractions. No more excuses. I'm going to go for it. And then, pregnant at the age of 35. I was depressed because I thought that my life was over again. I was going to have to wait 18 more years before I could pursue my dream, before I could manifest that destiny. Little did I know that that child would be the one to push me into my destiny. You see, sometimes we make excuses or we create distractions that are really not there. We block out the people who are truly our blessings, who are there to push us and catapult us to that next level. This child, who's in the audience tonight, saw me crying one night. And he said, Mom, why are you crying? I said, I'm tired of not having money. I'm tired of not living my dreams. I'm tired of just existing and not thriving. This child said to me, do your stage plays. I was like, You're a child. But I listened. And in 2015, I became consistent with following my dreams, with doing the stage plays, with doing talks. And every time I would fall down and want to quit, that child that I thought was a distraction, that I was depressed about having, would pick me up and encourage me and say something magical to make me feel like I can shoot to the moon in a pair of Air Jordans. So I started doing the things that my son suggested, and I remembered, childlike dreams, childlike dreams. He's a child. See, he hasn't been tainted by the world. He hasn't been tainted by life. He hasn't learned how to create excuses to keep him from manifesting his destiny. So God knew exactly what he was doing when he gave me this child at 35. He knew that once those two got out of the house, I would come up, I would manufacture this beautiful excuse to still keep me from living my dreams. So he sent him to ensure I could not. So I started being consistent. We started doing our stage plays. We started traveling around the world doing our stage plays. We did one in California. We did one in North Carolina. We did several in Williamsburg County. We gave the arts new life in Williamsburg County. Funny thing happened. People started traveling from all around the world to come to our stage plays in Kingstree, South Carolina. Here's the thing. People are waiting on you to live your dreams so that they can live their dreams. Your dreams matter. It's not just for you. So, I got to tell you, I was a little disappointed on December 29, 2019. I didn't know that I would be going to the hospital for pain in my belly. It wasn't like the dreams pain. This was a pain where I felt like, man, if I got to go, I'm ready to go. That's just how bad that pain was. I didn't want to live anymore. I went to the hospital, but prior to going to the hospital, I told my son, I said, get me some butter pecan ice cream. Him and his sister were together. He said, Mom, we're not getting you any ice cream. I said, you better get me the butter pecan ice cream. You know how black moms in the South are, right? You better get me the butter. So he bought me 2 containers of butter pecan ice cream. I took 10 scoops and I couldn't eat anymore. I got sick. I don't vomit, but I vomited for 3 hours straight. And at that time, I was like, it's time to go to the hospital. I went to the hospital on December 29th, 2019. I was transported to MUSC. December 31st, the last day in 2019, I was told that I had colon cancer. Yeah. This child, the one that I thought was a distraction but turned out to be my miracle, was with me every step of the way. So was his other brothers and sisters, but there's something special about this child. January 2nd, there was a surgery performed. They removed the entire mass. So I'm cancer-free now. So I'm standing before you 23 days post-surgery, and all I wanted to do was get here because I knew that I needed to get this message out to let people know that it is your duty to manifest your dreams because your dreams matter. So that picture that you're seeing, 30 minutes before I was going to be wheeled off to surgery, I asked my son to come in my bed, and I followed my intuition. Trust your gut. And I said to him, I said, son, I'm coming back. I promise you, I'll be back. I won't leave you. I'll be back. I don't know what made me say that. Through this whole process, I had been strong. My mindset had been strong. I had been telling only a few people what was going on with me because I didn't need weak minds around me. I didn't need people crying and saying, oh, your days are gone. I needed the strongest of the strongest to be around me and to lift me up and say, Sue, you got this. It is already done. So when he got into my bed and I promised him that and I held him and I cried, I didn't know at the time that my son thought that he was the reason that I was laying in that bed. He thought the ice cream that he had gotten me is what sent me into that hospital room. Follow your gut. So when God tells you to do something, do it. When I told him I'd be back, I meant that. I think 4 or 5 hours later, they wheeled me back. All I can remember saying, there was 2 things. One was, I told you I'd be back. I told you I'd be back. I told you I'd be back. I made him an unbreakable promise, and I intended to fulfill it. Some of you today need to make an unbreakable promise. That unbreakable promise might mean going back to school and getting that degree. That unbreakable promise might mean eating a better diet so that you can be healthier. That unbreakable promise might mean I'm letting go of fear and embracing faith. It might mean I am letting go of all the past relationships that have hurt me because I am ready to heal. It might mean that I am now standing flat-footed and about to live my dreams because it is my duty to manifest my destiny. So I made him an unbreakable promise. Through the grace of God, I came back. And what people don't understand is they're like, oh, they just took a mass out. No, it wasn't just taking a mass out. The mass was so big, they had to actually cut me. It was supposed to be laparoscopic, but they had to actually cut me. 23 days later, I'm standing here talking to you today. Not only did they take the mass out, but they had to reconnect the intestine. Now, let me explain that to you. That means to be able to have a bowel movement is a blessing. To be able to pass gas is a blessing. Because now I have to stand there and hope and pray that everything is functioning not like it was, but better than before. I'm not 100%, but I'm well on my way. Another thing that I remember when I came out, I didn't see anything, but I remember angels saying, she's a good one. She's a strong one. Let's keep her. And I remember God saying, her work is not done. She's got to go back. You see, before I had this surgery, before I had this illness, I used to be afraid of dying because I used to think, I'm not going to get everything accomplished. God, I want to do so much. I just opened up a studio. I want to do this. I want to impact people. I want to build more platforms for people to live their dreams. I'm not going to have enough time to do it. Now, post-surgery, now knowing that I have a mission, now knowing that I beat death, now knowing that I had those pains in my stomach for 3 years, but yet the colon cancer did not spread. I know that I am invincible and I know that I have a purpose just as you do. Your purpose is to fulfill your destiny. My dad died at 56 years old, colon cancer. He only knew 4 months before he died, yet it spread through his whole body. The pain that I had in my stomach, I had it for 3 years straight. 3 years straight. It did not spread. You wonder why I'm so passionate about impacting people, inspiring people, and pushing people to live their dreams. It's because I know my purpose. And if I can push you to live your purpose, find your purpose and live it, then I have served my mission. I say to you today, live your dreams. Imagine what it is that you're supposed to be. Go back to those childhood dreams. Visualize. Believe. Belief is a hell of a drug. Overdose on it, baby. Overdose on it. Make yourself the unbreakable promise that I shall be who I was created to be. I shall stand in my greatness. I shall do the impossible, because just the mere fact that I'm here, I survived all those sperm cells, that in and of itself says that, can't nobody hold me down. I'm born to swim to the top. You're a winner. But listen to me clearly. You still got to do the work and be consistent. Believing, hoping, praying, that's beautiful. Faith is beautiful. But you still got to put in the work. And remember to network. Love people. Like people. Serve people. Help people. That's what this world is about. I do not believe that you were put here to wander around aimlessly without a mission. I believe that you were sent here with a mission. I need you to tap into the inside and find out what that mission is. I need you to execute. Execute. Miles said, don't worry about perfect. Miles said, don't worry about being perfect. He said, worry about being memorable. I leave with you today. Your dreams matter. Your dreams matter. Your dreams matter. Your dreams matter. And in closing, I encourage each and every one of you to live, love, learn, and Lord, please laugh and follow your dreams to success. Thank you, guys.